And then the last part of this question, handling of feedback. It's part of communication process when a person evaluates the work of another person to ensure that high standards are maintained. Stand up throughout the feedback session. She must be polite, confident, and cautious. In order to be prepared, try to anticipate questions and comments. The presenter should ensure that he or she understands each question, comment before responding. So we are simply talking about how she should handle feedback in this instance. She must listen and then respond, because sometimes people get to be very quick to answer without listening first. She must also address questions and note the persons, acknowledge good questions, rephrase from questions if, ask for a rephrasal, that the question be rephrased if she is uncertain of the question. She does not have to get involved in a debate, trying to get personal. The presenter should also not avoid the question if she does not know the answer, but rather refer it to the audience and so on. So this is just a technique of how to respond to handle feedback at the end of the presentation. Because remember, after presenting, she will be asked questions and she'll have to respond. She must address the whole audience and not only the person asking the question. And of course, any other relevant answer related to factors to be considered when handling feedback will also be relevant. So as you can see, this can be quite a long question, a long essay, but I was trying to sort of cover a bigger portion of this type of a topic of presentation of information. So check your answers and go back to your textbooks and double check your answers. And some of the responses that I've put forward here may not be necessarily exact as they appear in your textbooks, but for as long as they are still relevant and they are in context, you will not be penalized. You'll be marked right. And I believe this activity has assisted you in as far as presentation of information as a topic is concerned. We are now going to move on to the second topic, which is human resource. Human resource is another topic that I said I'm going to present on, and I'll take you through also what is expected of you as far as the examination guidelines is concerned, because with examination guidelines, this is what the examiners use to establish and to come up with questions from. One, when it comes to this question, you are expected to be able to discuss and apply human resource activities, distinguish between job description and job specification, discuss and analyze the following human resource activities: recruitment, types, methods, advantages and disadvantages, selection or shortlisting, interviews, purpose, role of the interviewer and interviewee, induction, the purpose and importance or even benefits thereof, placement, training or skills development, retrenchment, employment contracts, and of course salary determination, e.g. piecemeal, time-related and personal tax, and link it to Basic Conditions of Employment Act. Discuss employee benefits on businesses, fringe benefits, pension, medical aid, provident fund, allowances, compulsory benefits, benefits required by law, e.g. UIF and so on, and other benefits. Evaluate advantages or positives and disadvantages or negatives of fringe benefits to businesses. Analyze and discuss the implication of, now, when you look at this one, it links the human resource with legislation that you dealt with during the first term. You still remember the topic of impact of recent legislation, because here now you've got Labor Relations Act, Basic Conditions of Employment Act, Employment Equity Act, and Skills Development Act. So you are also expected to analyze and discuss implication of these acts on human resources, because they are going to affect the human resource. Distinguish between legal and illegal strikes, as described in the Labor Relations Act. Knowledge of this topic should enable you as the learner to answer in short paragraphs, longer and essay type questions. What does that mean? It means even with this topic, you can come across this topic in section A, in section B, or even in section C. The types of questions based on case studies, scenarios, direct or indirect, short questions, and essay questions. It simply emphasizes what I've just said, that you can come across this question either in section A, section B, or even section C. Now, knowing what is expected of you